Okay, hello again, everyone out there watching, and thank you for tuning in once again. We are joined by the lovely Janice Mimi Sullivan. Hi, Janice. How are you today?
Hi everyone. How are you? I'm good.
Good, good. Well, you look good.
Thank you. I try.
Yes. All right. And on this Sunday morning, we are getting ready to dive right into this interview. Janice plays the role of Alice in the film My Story. And our first,
Yeah.
yeah, we're just going to jump right in. Okay. So, Ms. Janice, how, I guess, name something in the film that you wish your character may have maybe gotten to say or communicate that didn't get a chance to to uh, to maybe have voiced in the film.
Um, I think the thing that I probably had a chance to speak on is the her and Wilbur more in depth,
Okay.
so that people could see, what kind of relationship they had.
Okay. Just for those at
Maybe
home, sorry to interrupt. For those at home watching, could you let us know your relation to Wilbur, who is the main character?
my husband
Yes.
of many years, and it was at a point where I was still discovering things about someone who I've been married to
Mhm,
for eternity.
mhm. Okay. All right. So yeah, something that you maybe was close, something that was close to you, something that you felt uh, very passionate about working on this film. Could you name something for us?
Uh, I think the film touched home for me because it kind of reminded me of my mother, um, possibly growing up in the same era that Alice did, and how relationships meant so much to women of a certain time frame. Their whole identity was basically identified by who they were married to, Mrs. Whomever. And sometimes you really didn't get to the layer of who the woman is that is married to that man. So it hit home on some personal levels for me in viewing relationships and how women are viewed, um, and what their voice may or may not be in their families.
Mm, mm. Okay, thank you for that. Very insightful. With your character, why do you think the presence of Alice in Wilbur's life is important of significance? How do you feel that her character's presence helped shape or influence Wilbur's life?
In the film, Alice, as people will see, is stated by Wilbur, is responsible for changing the moral fiber of who he ultimately turned out to be.
Uh-huh.
Um, she was like the matriarch figure in the family. She's basically someone I would, call the backbone, as most matriarchs are. It wasn't that was not a father in the home, but she was definitely the strength and the backbone and the love that brought everyone together.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, definitely. I kind of got to see, firsthand everyone working on set, throughout the set days, and the energy was just great. I was speaking to one of the actors about that in the previous interview. How do you feel that maybe contributed, or may have not contributed, but when working on set, do you kind of value those close knit relationships that you may form with characters, or are you usually kind of just do your own thing, get it done with out of the way, or how do you feel that a good relationship on set kind of fosters and translates to how you work on set?
I'm the kind of person who probably goes overboard with the character. So, the people
Which could be a good thing.
As I came on set, those who were my grandchildren in the movie, that's how they addressed, I'd be like, hey, grandbaby, hey, granddaughter. So I kind of took it to a whole new level. They, they probably don't even know my name. They just call me grandma.
Just grandma. That's all they got to know.
I like having, if I'm going to play a matriarch or you're going to be my grandchildren, then we have to get that feeling going before the cameras start rolling. At least that's what I like to do. And, some of the characters reminded me of people who are in my family or people that I know or I've come across or the relatives of someone else. So for me, it helps everybody take it to the next level so they can have a real La Familia feel, okay? So that's how I try and operate if other people are willing to connect like that. That's what I appreciate.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What would you say working on this film was your best moment or best memory working on set?
The best memory on set, there were a lot outside of the roles. The young version of myself, the young Alice, and I'm the old Alice. You would often show up in the same type of attire, and I'm like, wait a minute.
I remember that actually with the very first rehearsal. Class were in sync at the beginning.
That was just a little bit spooky, but you know what? It helped with the connection. And
Absolutely.
she's from South Carolina, which is where my family is from. So, connections and people's stories, and one of the guys who played my grandson, he reminded me of my son. Then we have my husband. It was engaged, my screen husband.
Yes.
It was
work husband.
Yes, my work husband. Single. But in the film, I enjoyed the sassiness of the character to an extent. Like old Alice, you could see where she was definitely an inspiration to the family. You could see strength, you could see that she was religious. You only see a few minutes, but there are certain layers that are peeled for each character. But Alice has some layers there. She definitely has layers, and I enjoyed trying to portray those things in such a short amount of time.
Sure. For just those at home watching, just a reminder that if you guys do have any input, any questions or things that you would like to know, definitely don't forget to leave some comments on the side toolbar. We'll be more than answer them for you. I think we have is that a call on your end? Are you good over there, Janice? Can you hear us still?
Yes, I can hear you still.
Oh, okay, good. All right, just making sure the connection is still good. So yes, those at home watching, just a reminder, please definitely send your input. We'd love to hear from you. Now, Janice, kind of wrapping up on the film, and we kind of want to hear a little bit more about what's going on with you and what you're up to. So aside from my story, you are an actress. Is there anything else that you do in your spare time or in your career-wise? Is there anything else you have going on?
Well, the latest thing that I'm very excited about, and I can't wait for it to air, is I did a segment on the Travel Channel, Mysteries at the Museum, where I'm playing Harriet Tubman, the spy. Oh, wow. So I'm very excited.
That is very exciting. Congratulations on that.
Yes. So I'm waiting for that to air.
Okay.
And I teach theater to children age range from like 8 to 18 at a theater workshop that I've been working at. And I also work with preschoolers in special education. So I love working with those. Yes. I love it.
Absolutely. I work with kids myself, aside from all the other, side gigs going on. I always try to make time to work with the children because it's just a rewarding feeling. I think that whatever you do, whatever you find, joy in or really take a liking to, it's always great to have, to feel appreciated, to feel that your work is being, well, managed. And so I just find that working with kids, you always just feel so appreciated at the end. It's just like, wow, make a difference and do something constructive.
And 3-year-olds will definitely keep you balanced. If your breath stinks, they will tell you your breath stinks.
They are so truthful.
This is real. Okay, so if you want to look for honesty, go to a 3-year-old.
Absolutely. I can attest to that. I can attest to it. So very true. Okay, well, we're going to move along. And Janice, have you let us know if you have anywhere for us to follow you, to reach you, to keep up with you, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Now would be the time to shout that out so we can keep up with you.
I appreciate that. And of course, I don't have stuff memorized, but I am on Instagram, Miss Mimi 808. I am also on Facebook. I am also on Vine. I'm on YouTube. You can just Google me. You can find me somewhere.
There you go. You heard it here first. Google her. Look her up. Miss Janice Mimi Sullivan, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really, really appreciate your time. And we're looking forward to seeing you at the premiere. Yes?
Yeah.
July
Yes.
16th. Okay, you will be there. She will be there. Thank you again so much.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Take care. Bye.